Well, we've got a couple of aircraft shortly to line up on Duxford's runway to get airborne in advance of the flying programme here this afternoon. One of them is part of our first act. It's the marvellous Boeing B17G Flying Fortress Sally B, which will be taking off to meet up with the Battle of Britain Memorial Flights Lancaster, and you can see the B17 taking to the runway now. It'll be getting airborne in approximately 1 minute, and then returning at 12:43 precisely to start the flying programme at the 2024 IWM Duxford Battle of Britain Air Show. The Lancaster is also on frequency, so all should be well for the join-up and the subsequent formation passes as the first act of our display, and also taxied towards the eastern end of the airfield. Some of you may have noticed the Suffolk Spitfire, the American-marked Spitfire 16 owned by George Hay. That's not part of our display here today, but it's going to be going off to perform a display elsewhere, and then, I believe, returning here later. And there's Sally B beginning its takeoff roll, as it has done so many times from Duxford over the past 49 years. Marvellous sight, and that salute to the two most illustrious four-engined Allied heavy bombers of World War II starting our programme. But of course, Colin, it's the Battle of Britain that is the overriding theme of this weekend's displays. 84 years on this year. Absolutely. From the events that we pay tribute to.
Yeah, the events of the summer of 1940, and we often say that we've got a Battle of Britain sky, and that is because all those photographs that you see in
they're doing a circuit, they're not coming straight in, they're going to don't mind getting pulled in.
I say that it's so special to see them flying together, not least because these are now the two only airworthy examples of their types in Europe, and they have a very special place in many of our affections. The Lancaster, operated from RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire by the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight of the Royal Air Force. The B17, operated from here at Duxford by Ellie Sallingbow and her colleagues at B17 Preservation. And it's incredible that that aircraft continues to fly in fully private hands. And it enables spectacles such as this to be mounted, though we don't often see it. Last year we saw it at our Battle of Britain Air Show. That was the first time the two great heavies had flown together since 1995. And of course, next year is going to be a big year for both of these aeroplanes, with Sally B's 50th anniversary on the display circuit and the VE Day 80th anniversary commemorations next May. This, such as the formation we're about to see. Look over to your right, past the American Air Museum. In flies our bomber formation in tribute to all those brave men of RAF Bomber Command and the US 8th Air Force. Boeing B17G Flying Fortress Sally B and the Battle of Britain Memorial Flight Avro Lancaster.
Last year was to watch this event. Just see that. Just the Mel's video. Lancaster. History was like, is that walk on the follow?
So good, whereas mine, I've got
It's so heavy as well.
0.5. You've just got 1 pack. So I'm using the 5. I'd look around it. Of course, that comes in even more.
I like your shades. Where'd you get them?
Boots. They're called boots.
What a beautiful sight. Lancaster and B17 in formation again. It was with the IGN in France until the mid-1970s when it was purchased by a company called Euroworld and brought to the UK in 1975. Very soon after its arrival, it took up residence here at Duxford. It was one of the first privately owned airworthy historic aeroplanes to find its home here, and it's been based at Duxford ever since. 50 years, as I said, next year. A pilot called Ted White was the leading light of the aircraft's operation in those early days. Tragically, he lost his life during 1982. But since then, Ellie Sallingboe has taken on this incredible operation and, against the odds, kept the B-17 flying. She and her colleagues at B-17 Preservation have continued to do that as an entirely private operation. The efforts of all those men, those who survived, those who lost their lives.
And it's like, your brother's got an absolute dirty laugh. Charlie,
And this final pass has smoke on two engines to simulate damaged power plants, the state in which so many B-17s return from their raids, and it secondarily salutes the members of the Sally B Supporters Club. Final pass from the B-17. Aircraft returning now to land once it's parked up and pushed back into position. It'll be directly adjacent to the Sally B stand where you can join the Supporters Club and buy their merchandise and do your bit to help keep. And with a gentle squeal of tyres, into land, B-17G Flying Fortress, Sally B, captained today for that very elegant demonstration by Peter Kuipers with his co-pilot Paul Schluer. But we couldn't finish our bomber tribute in today's display without another chance to see the B-17's Great Royal Air Force counterpart. Good stuff.
Oh, it takes a few years to go.